Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Samaritan Girl, a Korean drama from 2004 that was directed by Ki-duk Kim. Now, to fulfill their dreams of traveling to Europe, two teenage girls, Yeo-jin and Jae-young, start a prostitution business. Yeo-jin handles the business side while Jae-young services the clients. Now, after some unfortunate events, Yeo-jin's father stumbles onto their secret and events flow from there. That's all I'm going to tell you in terms of the story. Now, I've already reviewed a few of my favorite Ki-duk Kim films on this channel. You can find reviews of Time and The Bow if you use the search function. He's one of the more divisive Korean directors out there. I've read some pretty harsh criticisms of his work over the years, but he's actually one of my favorite Korean directors despite his rather inconsistent filmography that includes some films that I really dislike. Fortunately, though, Samaritan Girl comes within a period where he was on a scorching hot streak. Between 2003 and 2007, he gave us Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter, and Spring, Samaritan Girl, 3 Iron, The Bow, Time, and Breath. Now, that's a ridiculous streak of interesting movies. He was definitely in the zone, so to speak, during that time period. So what makes Samaritan Girl so interesting? Well, it has the distinctive qualities that we expect from this director. If you've seen Kim's other films from the early to mid-2000s, you know what to expect here. To specifically describe his style, though, is a little bit difficult. I've seen his work described as unusual art house fare, which is kind of accurate, I think. A lot of his films have a whimsical or poetic feel to them that sets them apart from a lot of other movies. And that is also true of Samaritan Girl. Now, you would think that the theme of teen prostitution would result in a bunch of depressing scenes, but the director explores the subject in refreshingly different and interesting ways. So, for example, the mentality of the girls is very different from most films that portray teen prostitution. Their philosophy is actually somewhat good-natured and well-intentioned, almost as if they're doing a good deed. In like manner, a few of the men react in ways that are very different from what you might expect. I suppose this whimsical approach is in some ways unrealistic, but it's fascinating in how it explores this theme from a different angle. Of course, there's also a basis of reality here as well, and that is showcased through Yeo-jin's father. His actions are entirely relatable and understandable from the viewer's perspective. When he finds out what's going on, he takes a more, traditional perspective of being utterly appalled and disturbed by, what these girls are doing. So his character represents what the viewer is feeling. And that infuses the much-needed realism into this film that kind of prevents it from being like a creepy advertisement for teen prostitution. So that's important. That's important. But the way everything is presented is very interesting. If you're concerned about the depiction of teen sex in the movie, don't be worried. None of the sex scenes between the characters are actually shown. There is some slight nudity in spots, though. There's actually a lot of emphasis, especially early on the friendship between the two girls. I really liked how that was portrayed because it was convincing in how it reflected the love and the care that they felt for each other. Samaritan Girl definitely has a heart to it, I think, and it has a very strong dramatic core due to the balanced focus on the girls and the father. Some viewers may feel like the ending is a little bit of an anticlimax and rather unexpected, but I actually really enjoyed it and found it impactful in an art house kind of way, I guess you could say. So I definitely recommend Samaritan Girl. If you're unfamiliar with this director, this is a pretty good introduction along with a bunch of the films that I previously mentioned. It is available on Region 1 DVD in the United States. You may need to buy it used, however, if you want to get it at a cheap price. But I just bought my copy not too long ago, and it was in good shape used. So check this one out if it sounds interesting to you. And as always, I'll see you next time.